Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Goddess Victory Nikke video. Stellar Blade is sadly coming to an end and Nier is right around the corner, but first we have a new Korean Air flight attendant that is joining the squad. So let's take a look at what her kit does. Honestly, it's really refreshing to see one that just only has a few lines on it. It's not some massive wall of text or some that even spill over into a second slide. So this is great to see. I don't know, I'm a fan of more simplistic kind of elegant designs. That aside, is she good? Well, she's a Burst 1 support Wind type user with a rocket launcher. And, as far as being a Burst 1 support, we have a lot of really good options. And being a rocket launcher is going to be helpful because, she's going to help you charge things that much quicker. Also, rocket launchers are very good for PvP, so we'll come back to that in a second. Her skill 1 is called Boarding Procedure. Activates when entering battle, affects self, potency of HP granted goes up 35% continuously. This is really underwhelming, to be honest. I mean, it is just like a continuous buff that she has all the time, so that's cool. But HP potency, for those of you who don't know, basically means healing effectiveness. So any healing that she gets is going to be 35% better. Kind of meh, to be honest. But let's take a look at her skill 2. Activates when an ally or self destroys enemy parts. Affects all allies. Okay, so this is a very narrow skill. Before I even read what it does, it'll only work when we are fighting enemies where we can destroy parts. It says storage stores excess healing received by the caster up to 5% of their max HP. Stacks up to 5 times for 15 seconds. Attack goes up 23% of caster's attack for 15 seconds. So kind of a decent buff. I mean, we're getting 23% attack for 15 seconds. It can stack 5 times. It'll boost all your allies. I mean, that's really solid. The fact that it scales off of her attack isn't really great because whoever you're trying to buff is almost certainly going to have higher attack than Sora, but still a solid buff. The thing is, this only happens when you destroy parts. And yes, it can stack up to 5 times, which sounds really good, but it only lasts for 15 seconds. So like the amount of bosses that are gonna have enough parts or regenerating parts that are actually going to, allow you to stack these up. I don't know. Let me know if you think you can cook something up where this is actually gonna be really effective. I don't really see this being that practical. Storing excess HP just makes everyone a little bit more durable. But honestly, just like really tanky strategies are not generally what we need in PvE kind of combat. Not to say that it's completely irrelevant, but I don't think this is like a massive, power level that we're going to need to pull for, right? Okay, so what does her burst skill does? What does her burst skill does? What does her burst skill do? It has a cooldown time of 40 seconds. And as I've said before, this usually just puts the nail in the coffin for any kind of unit. But it says affects all allies, recovers 52% of caster's final max HP, and dispels 1 debuff. Okay, so this is a very, very good heal. This is a massive amount of HP that people are going to get healed by, and it dispels debuffs. So possibly one of the best kind of like healer support skills we've seen, but on a 40-second cooldown, that means we have to use another burst 1, and it's just probably not going to be worth it. Now, I had mentioned PvP before because as a rocket launcher and someone that has powerful heals, she could be really good there. Unfortunately, her skill 2 is just completely irrelevant because we're not destroying any kind of parts in PvP. So it kind of makes me question if she has any applications at all. The 40-second cooldown isn't good in PvE. The skill 2 doesn't do anything in PvP. Yes, she has good heals, but do we actually need that? I don't know. I think that this is kind of a W move because it's a great unit that everybody can skip. It's not to say that she's the worst unit ever, and she's kind of got a fun design, but I think we can all relax for at least a week here or whatever, save up some resources for Nier if you missed it, or if you're a veteran player that doesn't need to pull for any Nier units, then we'll have several weeks to save up, which is great news because your boy spent everything on Stellar Blade and doesn't really have anything left. So that's what I think of Sora. Let me know if you have a differing opinion or if you cooked up anything else for her. By the way, quick note on polling for the Nier units. no, they are no longer meta units. They are still decent. You do see them pop up in applications. So if you're a new player wondering if you should pull for them, if you're a big Nier fan, absolutely. If we get some kind of update to their skills, a buff, a treasure, whatever, we'll evaluate it at that time. But as they are good units, but not amazing units. So just keep that in mind when you're going to pull. All right, don't forget to join my Discord if you haven't already. We have a great community to discuss all kinds of things, Nikke and other gacha games, as well as I have a link to a Twitch channel down there and another video that you might be interested in. So, all right, I'll catch you guys in the next video or on stream.